Hi, I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls since I was a child, and I never outgrew it. So, when I discovered Reborn dolls, my collection started to grow. There's Haley, Landon, Avery, Chloe, Shiloh, Grace, Jamie, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, and Ava. Along with collecting, I've been a Reborn artist since 2008. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hi guys, I am here to do the one question Reborn tag, which is the how did your babies get their names, I believe, or like how did you come up with the names for your babies. So I have more than one baby, so I'll do all of them, and I'm going to go in order of how I got them. So just to clarify, yes, this is my real Care 2, and her name used to be Haley, but obviously I have named my newest Reborn Haley. So this baby is now named Veda, and the reason her name is Veda is because when I was a child, I guess like around 11, 12 years old, I was absolutely obsessed with the movie My Girl, and the main character in the movie, her name is Veda, and I just always loved the name. I thought it was a pretty name, a unique name. I had never heard it anywhere before, and I actually have never heard it anywhere since. So, yeah, so I like that name. It's from one of my favorite movies, and I still love that movie. So that is how that is how I came up with the name Veda. So let's move on to the next baby. So the next baby here is Chloe, and the way that I came up with her name is, I think it was like about a year or so before I made her that my mother and I were into watching the kind of like reality show thing. It was called Starting Over. Where there was like a group of women that were wanting to, you know, start over in life, make changes in their life, and they went there to get life counseling and things like that. And there was a house guest there, Josie, who, when she arrived at the house, she was pregnant, and she gave birth to her daughter while she was in the house, and she had named her daughter Chloe, and I thought it was a cute name. And so, even though it was a few years, I think it was like a year or two before I made this Reborn, who's the first Reborn I ever made, for some reason when I made her, the name Chloe came to mind, and that is how she got her name. Whew. Okay guys, so I just have to mention this because this is like worst nightmare here. So as I was about to do the clip about how I named Grace, just before I hit record, I saw something in her hair over here, and it was a huge spider. Oh my god. Okay, so I hate all bugs, but spiders and centipedes are the worst for me. So okay. So I was like, oh my god, like at first I wasn't sure what it was because it was actually like under her hair. Like in this area, it was like under. And I was like, what is that? And I'm thinking, is it a bug or isn't it? Because I wasn't really sure. I wasn't sure if maybe something just dropped in her hair, like fluff or something. So I kind of like blew on it a bit, and sure enough, it was a spider. So I'm like, oh my god, how am I going to get it? Because I didn't want to like smush it on her. So, yeah, so I managed to like somehow move her hair sort of out of the way, and then I had to like suck it up with the vacuum. Whew. Whew. Good thing she's getting new hair, because I just probably sucked some of it out of her head. Okay. Whew. Okay. Heart attack over, but I feel really itchy now. Anyways, poor Gracie. Okay, so the way that I named Grace was just, I don't even know, like I didn't have like a character or anything I named after. I just always liked the name Grace, and I liked it like because you can make like the nickname Gracie, and I really liked that. So that's how I named her Grace. Whew, okay. Wow, that was a really big spider, guys. Oh my God. Okay, wow, that is just something you do not want to see on one of your babies. Oh my God. Okay, wow. So glad she's getting new hair now. All right, let's move along, shall we? Okay, guys, so then the next baby I got was Jeremy, and I got him at the Downey's Doll Show. And I named him after the little guy I was looking after at the time. I was a nanny for a baby named Jeremy. And this little guy really reminded me of one of the facial expressions that the real Jeremy used to make that I loved so much. And so yeah, he was just, he reminded me so much of Jeremy. So I named him Jeremy. And the next baby I got is Maya, and I came up with her name by looking through my baby name book. And there was just something that spoke to me about Maya, and I just thought that it suited her. So that's how she got her name. And the next baby I got was Yuki, and I came up with her name because she totally reminded me of this little girl that was at the last daycare I worked at, and her name was Yuki. And so I just thought it was fitting to name her Yuki. And then next came Savannah, and I came up with her name because I actually used to have an Ashton Drake doll that I had named Savannah, and I had sold her. But I really missed having a doll with the name Savannah. So I named her Savannah, and the name Savannah actually came from, I was a huge Seventh Heaven fan, and Lucy had a baby named Savannah. So, and I just thought it was like a super cute name, and I really thought that it suited her. So I named her Savannah. And then came Ava. And I came up with Ava's name from a baby name book as well. I made a list of different names that I liked from the book, but I kept coming back to Ava. That one kept calling to me. And when I asked opinions of my friends and viewers, they all kind of agreed. It seemed most people liked Ava, and so I went with that. And then came Zoe, and the reason that I named her Zoe is because when I was trying to come up with a name for her at the Rose Doll Show, just about everyone kept saying, she looks like Zoe from The Little Couple. She looks like Zoe from The Little Couple. And even though I don't watch the show and didn't really know until I Googled pictures of Zoe from The Little Couple, I really liked the name. I thought it was super cute, and I thought it suited her, and so I went with it. And so her name is Zoe. And lastly is Haley, the newest addition to our nursery. And I kind of feel bad because Zoe didn't get to be the new one for very long. I said I wasn't going to do that, but sometimes when sometimes you just can't properly time when you find another dream baby. I was not expecting to see this beauty and fall in love, but, I did, and, it was my only chance to get her, so But anyways, the name Haley is like my #1 favorite girl name of all time. I have loved it, loved it, loved it since I was about 10 or 11 years old. And I was a huge All My Children fan up until about, I don't know, I guess it was like maybe about a year after I moved in here is when I stopped watching it, which is funny because not too long after that, it stopped airing on television, so I didn't actually get to see the end of it, but my mom kept watching it. But anyways, my mom and I used to watch All My Children every single day, and when I was about 10 or 11, I absolutely loved the character Haley on All My Children, played by Kelly Ripa. And my mom actually took me, we went to this thing called like Soaps Alive or something like that at the Sky Dome one year, and where you get to meet like different actors from the soap operas. And I actually got to meet her, and I got my picture taken with her. And if I can find those pictures, I'll insert them here for you guys because they're really neat. And so anyways, we met her, we met the one that played her boyfriend on the show, and we also met, I'm trying to think who else we met. We met the one that plays Tad on All My Children, and I thought we met someone else as well. I can't remember, but yeah, if I can find those pictures, I'll put them in here. And but anyways, I really liked the character Haley, and I loved the name, and it was like from that moment on, I vowed that if I ever gave birth to a little girl, her name would be Haley. So it only seemed fitting to have a baby in my collection named Haley, just in case I never do give birth to a little girl. But if I do, her name's definitely going to be Haley. But anyways, yeah, that's where the name Haley comes from. And yeah, so that's my collection. That's how I came up with the names. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye! Like I said already, Avery has already found a new home. She has arrived home. I think she arrived there last week. And her mommy did a little box opening video. I'll put a link to it below if I can remember to do that. My brain's kind of not really working right now. Jamie